Welcome again to Highly Questionable. What's the best thing on the show today, Bomani?
Steph putting Kawhi Leonard on skates.
Really? That's the best thing? Better than Blake? Okay, vamos, papi.
What should the Clippers do now that we know Blake Griffin broke his hand punching a staffer?
I think in times like this, we need more details. We don't like to wait for more details because it's juicy and it's speculative and you want to know what it is that happened here. But until we know what happened here, there are things that would mitigate and dilute. I will say this, on behalf of the Clippers, the only way this could be more of a Clippers controversy if there was a racial slur and a woman, preferably a mistress, wearing a welding mask of some sort. Because you got the star who's not even playing finally getting into a fight when everyone has been waiting for him for years to get into a fight, and it's with a guy on his equipment staff.
You got to admit, though, if you're picking your opponents, the equipment manager or Zebo, if you got to fight one of them, chances are the equipment manager is the direction that you're going to go in. The Clippers have one problem right now. I don't know what you do publicly when you're at the phase of things where job one is mitigate the lawsuit, because that's what they really have to do right now is mitigate the lawsuit. But this is one of those things that cannot be tolerated. It doesn't sound like Blake Griffin just got a punch in on the dude. It sounds like Blake Griffin beat the dude down. Like, this is not small.
Friends fight, okay? And these guys are reported to be friends, but it can't be friends when one of them is in the power structure much higher than someone else. Now, this is the only guy in the NBA, Blake Griffin, who has this in his past. It's not the same equipment manager, but you can't be in the power structure and be doing stuff like this. And when you have these details, we're going to go speculate wildly on stuff like this.
Well, I bet that the equipment manager is the same size that Blake too, eh?
Yeah,
Are you kidding
not,
me?
yeah, he's
He's a little guy.
Yeah, probably not very big.
I heard he's 5'9".
Yeah, ooh.
The last night and the idea of the Spurs being better than the Warriors.
122-90. That is what the Warriors did to the Spurs. I don't think you think that Tim Duncan was worth 30 net points in that game. So, yes, you have to say right now the Warriors are better than them. The Warriors have run through the best competition in the league in the course of the last 2 weeks. And Kawhi Leonard, probably the best perimeter defender in the league. Steph Curry did this to him. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, you can't do anything.
There's nothing you can do with this. Like, yeah, it's just one game, but they look like they're just way better than everybody else.
Here's the thing, though, because the Spurs' point differential, even after that game, it's still better than the Warriors' point differential. I wouldn't make any leaps based on one game, but that's the kind of game where it forces you to make leaps because nobody does that to the Spurs. Steph Curry's sitting the fourth quarter against the Spurs again because they're winning by so much. But, Bomani, one of the things that I find most fascinating about this is as LeBron James has become a secondary storyline this season, Kawhi Leonard could actually bother LeBron James' son. He can't bother Steph Curry. Where's the human being that can actually bother Steph Curry?
He's in the 1980s waiting in the lane to hit him with a clothesline, but apparently we don't do that anymore.
I wonder if Charles Barkley thinks that they can win a title yet, you know?
Oh, right. Shooting jump shots. You can't win that way. You can't win shooting jump shots unless you make all of them.
If Boogie's 56 diminished because the Kings lost?
Not at all for me. Keep in mind, he fouled out 3 Charlotte big men last night. He is totally unstoppable. He's got 104 points in his last 2 games. And quietly, after the initial turbulence with George Karl not shaking his hand, they've gotten better, and he's gotten better, and that relationship has gotten better. That's not the team of knuckleheads that I thought it was going to be.
Welcome to 2016, also, where DeMarcus Cousins shoots 35% from three-point range and shoots about 3 of them a game. Like, there's been an expansion in what he can do that's made him possibly the best big man in the league. But Dan touched on it. It's really kind of been a bummer that the Kings seem to have figured out a way to get along. Like, that is still a team full of knuckleheads. You don't stop being a knucklehead just because y'all are getting along for a little while. But this is going to be a lot more fun when we thought they were going to be fighting each other all the time.
I know, but Bomani, one of the things that's happened here is that Rondo and Cousins are actually fast friends. They seem to like each other. They seem to influence one another. And furthermore, like he just said, George Karl has taken Boogie Cousins and expanded his game in a way that Boogie likes.
And when they get to the playoff, the Kings will be swept in the first round. That's what is going to happen.
Yeah, they're the 8th seed right now, which means they play that buzzsaw we showed you in the first segment of the program.
Lose each game by 70 points.
Should Kevin Love believe his GM that he's not on the trading block and has never been?
David Griffin, the general manager of the Cavaliers, this is what he said, that Kevin Love is not for trade and has not been for trade. I'm actually inclined to believe him. Last year they traded for him. It was the last year of a contract. You're not going to trade him then. This is the first year of the big extension. Who would trade for Kevin Love right now? And what would the Cavs be able to get back with their salary cap situation? I believe that. But that doesn't mean I don't think they may have thought about it once or twice or wonder what it would be like if they could move him. But try? Probably not.
Probably something that they would consider, though, in the future, given that this is a super aggressive management team. You've already seen that a number of different ways. And if you were going to trade a piece, this would be in the future the trade that you would make. I would say, though, that if you want to backtrack some on this, the single most important job of Tyronn Lue is to figure out a way to make Kevin Love more important to this team, actually something that matters on this team. He's going to try to do it by putting him at the elbow, but nothing else matters like that. They've talked about running more. They're the fourth oldest team in the league. They're not going to run more. All that matters about this team going forward is how they get to best use Love.
You got to say this for Kevin Love, though. At least Kevin Love's out here doing multiple things. They ask him to shoot threes. They ask him to rebound. Kyrie's just out there to get buckets. Like, you ever wonder what Kevin Love tells people when they're not around? Like, why are you always looking at me and nobody looks at him?
Well, I believe what the GM is saying. I believe that he has not been trying to trade Kevin Love. LeBron hasn't given him permission to do it yet. You know, the moment he says, go, he'll jump, you know?
I mean, he brings up a fair point. Why are we even asking Griffin about this? He's not making these decisions.
Are the Patriots overreacting by firing their offensive line coach?
Okay, somebody had to go. One of the offensive linemen was quoted before the game saying, if we don't protect number 12, we're fired. And while you're not fired, this guy ends up getting fired because you didn't protect number 12 in that last game in a way that was uncomfortable. Denver wasn't even blitzing that much. But, Bomani, I don't think it's fair to do this, given they used 13 different starting lineups on that offensive line. They were rotating a bunch of nobodies. I don't know why you'd blame the offensive line coach.
It's worth noting, though, apparently this line coach had been looking out for his options or worried that he might get fired for a while now. The indictment, though, of the Patriots line is not so much what happened in that game against Denver. The quarterback has a lot to do with what pass protection is. That'll always be the case. But the running game is usually about the offensive line, and the Patriots had no running game. They're not the only team that had to go down to scraps on getting guys to play running back. They are the one, however, that didn't even consider running the ball after a point because it was futile.
Well, I knew that Billy wasn't going to take responsibility for that loss. I know that he was going to unload on somebody else, you know, the offensive line coordinator. You know, you got to be a man. You got to man up, and you got to say, yeah, I blew it. You know, it's all on me. You know, that line wasn't ready. I didn't make the right changes when I had to. You know, it's on me. You know, that's the way I am. He ran like a chicken. That's right. Belly chicken. Belly chicken. That's it.
Belly chicken.
Do the noises again.
Belly chicken.
Belly chicken. Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Here in South Florida, we don't drive on roads like this. Oh, wow, this is just chaos. Okay, nobody's got any control of anything here.
Wow.
Okay.
What's the cameraman supposed to do? Stop, like stand in front of that car to protect another car?
This is like a cartoon.
Time to play the game that touches you in all the right places. Do you question?
Those topics and events. You know what I'm talking about.
Don't do that, man.
Do you question these adults' laughter?
Oh, we slide seamlessly into the lighter fare portion of the menu on this show, where we start with an adult's alleged laughter. What do we got?
He's nice.
That is not how to handle any of that. That's bad defense. Laughter makes you quit. You lay down. You don't chase down the play. He did everything wrong on that play.
Laughter doesn't make you quit. Being a quitter makes you quit. Now, we're not going to blame the grown-up for that. The kid got shaved. Look, this is life, young man. You get stunted upon. People enjoy the stunting. You can't lay down on the ground and cry.
That guy can't do that. I mean, when you were a kid and something like that happened to you, you know, nobody ever heard me laugh. Nobody. That's right. Nobody.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Dad, that's not true. How can you say that with a straight face?
I laughed in private. Nobody ever saw me laughing.
Okay, all right. The important correction.
Do you question if the guy in blue should be proud of his role?
We're talking about the police. What do we have here?
We didn't take Scoville's blood pressure though.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah!
He catapulted himself. Yes, he did. He catapulted himself off the post. A rather large fan. Off the bad guy. Unbelievable.
Oh.
You know, the thing about it is there's nobody in that building who could dare say anything about Superman because all of you are wherever you are with those folding chairs with no cushion watching people wrestle.
I got to salute everybody involved in this video. That was tremendous athleticism from the guy who did that's not easy to do. And also involving audience participation there with the guy who
Everybody
was in the corner.
who's there should be ashamed of yourself. Where do you even find out these things are going on? And what is that, a church or a school?
Well, that's a pretty good wrestling move, but I don't think that's the best one we have ever seen. Watch this.
Oh no, is this?
Oh,
Yeah, this guy.
that's
Yes,
right.
there it is.
That's right.
Yes.
We're bleeping this out, but what you can't tell is there's nothing to bleep out.
Yes. I finishing move.
Do you question whether this is an admirable achievement?
I'm so sure that it's not.
I mean, it can't be, right? We
No, it
started
can't.
with a child being shamed by an adult's laughter. We continued to that wrestling nonsense. What could be the admirable achievement here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, one of these people. Oh, for the love of
About
God.
these people, we mean idiots.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
So
What
is
are
this
you-
like some of that namaste? Is that what this is?
What are
Like,
you doing? This is so disturbing. Why?
and remember, his prize is living.
Oh, no.
Like, at least do it barefoot. You got more catch on the bottom.
I mean, I'm not going to criticize
Boy,
the way.
that was a little dicey, though.
Man,
Right.
that was super dicey at the end.
It happens when you got too much free times in your hand. You don't know what to do. You know, you're trying to kill some time. You get on a rooftop and you start, doing things like that. You know, I mean, that's the way it is, buddy. You gotta get a job from 8 to 6 job, and he won't have time to do that stuff. That's what he needs.
I do feel pretty confident, though, whoever that is that's doing that, his mother has given that exact speech to that guy at one time or another about how he needed to get a job. Woke up one day with a newspaper on his face and a highlighter on the nightstand.
Do you question if this cameraman should have tried to help?
The answer's probably no. Like, I mean, I don't want to break down all your myths about life or anything like that, but if you had to ask, should I have helped? Probably not. Ooh.
Is there more? What's happening here? I mean, clearly, I don't have to drive on roads like this here in South Florida. We don't drive on roads like this. Oh, wow, this is just chaos. Okay, nobody's got any control of anything here.
Wow.
Okay.
What's the cameraman supposed to do? Stop,
Oh.
like stand in front of that car to protect
Man.
another car?
This is like a cartoon. This is like how it would work in a cartoon.
I'm shocked no one's gotten out of their vehicle to fight yet. That's how cold it is.
Is that the end of this, or there's
Hold
going
on,
to
hold
be
on,
more?
hold on. Why is the cameraman talking about someone? Look at your car. Look at your car. Like, that's how the fight starts.
Oh, wait, I see why the cameraman needs to help. You need to tell these people, hey, don't go down this road. It's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. But it's a little late, isn't it?
Or up it, yeah, or up the road. Yep.
Boosh.
Oh, no. Oh, dear God. This is probably a good time to remind. Oh, man.
Oh! Not a good idea. No, it's not. You're correct, Mr. Cameraman.
Bad idea to remind you guys it's 75 degrees behind us right now.
Ooh, look at that.
There are people by the pool right now out here.
Look at this.
Good people by the pool.
Coming up next on my son's TV show,
Oh, it's like a skill goal competition.
Yes, the contrivance is no longer cheap. It is now fiery and wonderful. Yeah! Yes, I believe this should be added to the NHL. What happened? He didn't make it?
Pinky ring, $250 on it. Guess it is safe to say I spent your budget on it. Ran off on the plug twice. He's steady calling. I'm calling back. He said he dissed me on his last album. Guess nobody heard cause nobody bought his last album. This broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is bored by you, see or no?
Wow, very direct. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On NBA TV, Thunder and Knicks.
Sure. The Thunder lead the league in extraterrestrials. I think we can agree on that, right? They've got 2 of them. But also, Porzingis plays for the Knicks. So here's the Thunder extraterrestrial, or one of them, talking about the Knicks extraterrestrial.
When they made the pick, I texted Fish and immediately said, I like this kid. He can play. And a lot of people were down on him, but he can play. And I've seen you've seen a skilled guy. I think we got away from, enjoying the skilled players in this league. We get so many guys athletic and big and strong, but he's like a skilled player. He can shoot. He can make the right plays. He can defend. But he's a 7-footer that can shoot all the way out to the three-point line. That's rare. And block shots. It's a unicorn.
A unicorn. That's a good word for him. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yes, Kevin Durant. We have gotten so far away from talking about skilled NBA players. Signed a season where all we talk about is Stephen Curry.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I got the impression that Durant is trying to get with the Knicks, after this year. He wants to play with Melo and Porzingis. I'm telling you something, they'll make it to the playoff, and then he'll be eliminated in the first round and still have no rings, That's it. That's going to be my prediction.
Why are you off into the future? I don't know. We were celebrating that the Knicks got him a second ago. Now you got him eliminated in the first round.
Bobby has spoken.
Okay, great.
Tomorrow morning in Russia, 2 teams playing in the KHL.
Really? You don't have any more details than that? We must have a video to show here. This is a cheap producer contrivance to show us the All-Star game, and
it's like a skill goal competition.
yes, the contrivance is no longer cheap. It is now fiery and wonderful. Yeah! Yes, I believe this should be added to the NHL. What happened? He didn't make it? Wait a minute. If you're going to showboat like that, you're going to have fire on your stick. Come on, man. You got to make that. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I like it. It's like horse for hockey. It's like hockey horse. It's like horse-ski. However, if I'm the goaltender, you're going to need to hit a slap shot there, buddy. You're not getting so close to me there with that flaming spear.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
You stole my line.
Really? Which one? Which was the line that he stole? What? You got to what?
I was going to say I'm going to be glued to that TV because I want to see a goalie getting on fire. But you stole
okay. All right. Well, you did it anyway. Good. All right. Good.
You don't get to see that very often.
Okay. Thankfully, Bobby. Thankfully.
Yeah, the worst than a goalie getting lit up would be a goalie getting lit up.
On HBO, Real Sports with Brian Gumbel.
Yeah, they're profiling Tyson Fury tonight. Tyson Fury is kind of crazy. I'm not even sure he can fight, but he's heavyweight champion. And he's kind of hateful, too, but he is colorful. What do we got?
His destiny was proclaimed at birth when he was born 3 months premature. While doctors saw a 1-pound baby with little chance to survive, Fury's father, John, saw something more.
You held him in your hand at one point?
Yeah. See, my hands are not small hands, but I tell you what, you can fit him in that comfortable. And even from that small, I could feel a little bit of life in him, and I thought, yeah, you're all right.
You told the doctor
Yeah.
not only would he live,
Yeah.
but he would grow to be...
Nearly 7 feet tall, 20 stone, and the new heavyweight champion of the world. And he started laughing at me. He said, I'm going to call him Tyson, after the current heavyweight champion of the world.
My last name is Fury. You couldn't think of a better fighting name, could you? Tyson Fury.
They keep repeating that story as if they believe that it's true, but I don't believe that story for a second. I believe that they just keep repeating that story because it's a good story. Bomani, are you intrigued?
You do kind of have to love somebody speaking with that accent saying that he was named after Mike Tyson. Like there's a certain poetic beauty to that. By the way, if that dude was in America, we'd turn him into Rocky Balboa. He'd be worth $50 million.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But are we sure that guy's from England? He sure doesn't sound like the British people I know.
How do British people sound?
Mate, let me tell you something, mate. I'm telling you something, you know. I'm telling you something. My kid's real fighter, you know. My kid is a fighter, you know. He's really all like that, but you know, he's got everything that gotta have, you know, to beat everybody in this world, you know. He's fast, he's strong, he's, you know. Serious, man. Serious.
Because apparently that time he went to London, nobody breathed when they talked.
Are you going to keep saying I'm telling you something while out without actually telling us anything?
Mate.
All right.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
There's got to be some British people complaining about what I'm saying anyhow.
They are not offended by what you're doing. Doesn't sound anything like what anyone else is doing. You know, they're only horrible impersonators are offended by what you're doing.